everyone, and welcome back to another lesson. So, today we'll be looking at working with language exercise. So, working with language means we're talking about grammar and things related to the language, not related to literature. We're not talking about stories or poems, we're just talking about what the language, how the language works. Okay, so in simple words, it's about grammar. Now, we have read this particular story called Glimpses of Past, and we saw that there are many pictures there, and characters are speaking in um, what's the inside the bubbles. So normally when you read comics, okay, so in comics what the characters speak is put into bubbles. So you see these are bubbles, and whatever the character speaks, like hey, these are put into bubbles. This is called direct narration. Okay, so when these are put into bubble, we call this direct narration. However, when we report what character speaks, okay, when we report something to someone else, we use the method of indirect narration. So our main work today will be on direct and indirect narration. Narration means tell, when you are telling something, like narrating a story, and direct means you are what's it, using the exact word, you are repeating the words. Indirect means you are reporting the words, right? The begin lawa the direct la de la ngazu keja khari lab de jima jishin thiwala direct la ore indirect la gashin ngazu keja di mi shemba la len ke jorwa ale khogi in the lab style mi shemba la len ke du kala ngazu len ke da na ni yore chi khare direct ki kuine ro ko khal lab de jima jishin la na direct che ko khala wa de ngazu gyurju ti shi ta wa na dila indirect la ro the namjin ngazu ki indirect di pije manga chi re. Okay, ani so let's find out how we can deal this, right? Now, in this picture, as I have said, you see that the characters, right? All the characters are, whatever they spoke, okay, are put into speech bubbles here. So you can see that all the words spoken by the characters are in speech bubble, and these are known as direct narration. Okay, direct because there is not a change in any of word. You're just repeating the words. All right, now let's have this example first. What did you say? Okay, now this particular words can be written in two different ways. Okay, you can report this in two different ways. First is by repeating the words spoken. Okay, when you just repeat the exact word, like he asked, what did you say? So I have not changed any word here. I've just put these words in between inverted commas or quotation marks. Okay, you can see here quotation marks. So these are known as direct narration and direct speech, which is very easy. Okay, it's easy peasy lemon juicy because you can see that we just repeat the words. However, the little more variety comes when you talk about indirect speech, when we report the words spoken, like he asked what I said. Now you here becomes I and say becomes past tense. What I had said or what I said will be okay here. All right, so you can see that we do not use any inverted commas here in our indirect speech because we are reporting words, and we should change some words like pronouns and tenses here. So this is just one example. Let me clarify this with these examples. Okay, so study these examples. These are all direct narration. First farmer, why are your men taking away the entire crop? Second farmer, your men have taken away everything. Officer, you are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax next week, I'll send you to jail. Arrear means when you are in debt. Tax matena tax lagashna pesha take away chate take away rapulana. Di mate when a jail na dashinda. So these things happened back in 19th and 18th century when India was under British occupation. And all these words are in direct narration because we have not changed anything. You can use inverted commas here, okay, and then you need to add said or ask something before that. However, this is just an example here. Okay, in the comic you see that all these words are inside a bubble. Okay, you can see that bubbles like these are there in the story. Now, indirect narration of the previous direct narration is the first farmer asked. So I added this word ask. The officer. So to whom did he ask? The officer. Why? His men. So whose men? The officer's men. Why his men were, past tense, taking away the entire crop. So you see that the verb changes, okay? From present it becomes past, and then the pronoun your changes into his. The second farmer added that their man had taken everything. So their man, the man belongs to the officer, and they had taken everything, past tense as well. The officer replied, okay, what did he said then? They were still in arrears. So who are they? They are the farmers here. The farmers were, past tense, still in arrears and warned them. He warned that if they don't pay tax by next week, he would send them to jail. So would also become past tense here. Okay, I hope this one is quite clear. Now the main things to keep in your mind is when you are reporting something, we normally change the tense. Tense lana chasik la or de batata wala jarwa. So normally present will become past, like is will become was, and likewise run will become ran. Okay, then we change the pronoun, like I can become any other pronoun like he, she, okay, and you can become he, she as well. And the last one is we may add the word that before reported speech. Okay, we may add that, like he asked that what were you doing, right? So in that way we can use that. You can also remove this, not that important, but the above two rules are quite important. Okay, now, these are in your exercise called working with language in your textbook. I want all of you to do this by yourself, okay? So you can see that above are given the direct narrations, and now you have to change the direct narrations into indirect speech, okay? So, like, we must educate our brother, first man said. The first man said that, okay, they must, we will change as we talked about, pronoun will change. They must educate. Okay, the verb will remain same because we have modal verb here. They must educate their brothers. Okay, so that's just the example here I've given. Now you have to try to change these sentences into indirect speech by yourself. So these are the two exercises from your textbook, and I have given you this simple exercise. Here you only have to change four sentences, like there is a fly in my soup, screamed Tenzin. Okay, like there's a fly in my soup, screamed Tenzin. So when you change this, you'll be like Tenzin screamed that there, then this will change, verb will change and pronoun will also change there, and then you'll see. Okay, you'll do that by yourself. There are only four, and I hope everyone can do that easily. Now your work is you will write these things down in your notebook, okay, and then you will click pictures and share them with me for correction. I hope everyone gets that. In case you come across any question or doubt, okay, when doing it, make sure you leave a message and clarify your doubts. Things to keep in your mind are the things that we discussed here, like these ones. Okay, like there are a few rules, you must follow them when you are changing the direct into indirect speech. Okay, first thing is tense will change, and then pronoun will also change. So I hope you get that. Now this is your second task. Okay, you can do that on any other day, and this is just a simple task. You just have to look at the pictures here. Okay, so this is the first picture. You see that fox accidentally falls into a well. So well is the thing that you see here where water is put and stored, and then this is the fox. He accidentally fall, he didn't wish to, he fell accidentally. Then in the second picture, you see he's saying something. Okay, these are put into direct speech. You can see clearly because there are quotation marks, and then hello, and then there, what's it? Came a goat, and they're talking now, and then they're talking. So you just observe the pictures carefully. Okay, that's your work, and all the words are in direct speech because these are words spoken by the characters here. Okay, and in case you cannot create bubbles, normally we use quotation marks and fit the words in between them. Okay, so I hope all of you will notice these very carefully. Okay, you can take pause and then view it, or if you do have your English textbook, you can look at these inside your textbook. It's there in the working with language exercise of the lesson glimpses of the past. Now your task here is, now that you have observed the pictures carefully, I want you to write the story, the story that you have just seen in pictures, in your own words, and give it a title. Okay, now the word limit is from 150 to 200, so make sure you follow the word limits which are given there. Do not exceed, do not uh, write in less numbers. Okay, so just write the story which are which is given above. Okay, here the pictures are there. You just, I know you know can understand the story from the picture itself. Now it is your time to work on your writing skill. Okay, so with this we are done with today's short lesson. You just have to work today. First thing is to change the direct speech into indirect, and then you will write this short story. Okay, I hope everyone gets the point, and if you do have question, leave your doubts in the comment section below. Thank you.